There's a space between waking and sleep where forgotten dreams still breathe. You won't know when you stepped into it, but once you do, nothing feels quite real again. And this is where our story begins. You wake to the sound of rain, tapping gently. It's still early, the soft blue kind of early, where the sky hasn't decided what kind of day it wants to be. Your apartment is quiet. There's no messages, no alarm, just the low hum of the refrigerator and the faint ache in your shoulder you don't quite remember falling asleep with. You sit up slowly, swing your legs over the side of the bed. The floor's a little cold, but it feels real, like something is still holding you there. You make tea, or coffee, maybe. It doesn't matter. You stir it, watch the steam curl up like a question with no answer, and let it sit too long on the counter. The rain hasn't let up. You try to start your day, open the curtains, stretch your back, put on the sweater with the tear in the sleeve. You check the time, then check it again, only to find it hasn't changed. Strange. You blink, and for just a moment, something flickers in the corner of your vision, like a light catching where it shouldn't. But when you turn, there's nothing there. Just your hallway, the coat rack, and something else. Not a sound exactly, more like a presence. Like the air itself is holding its breath. You step into the hallway, mug still warm in your hands. Everything looks the same. The frame print on the wall, the light bulb that always flickers once before it steadies. But something's different. The hallway feels longer. You take a few steps forward. The wood creaks the same way it always does, but the sound takes just a little too long to reach your ears, like the space is stretching between you and it. You shake your head. Maybe you didn't sleep as well as you thought. At the end of the hall, the front door stands slightly ajar. Just a silver of gray morning light leaking through. That's strange. You never leave it open. When you close it, something catches your eye on the floor, tucked just beneath the door frame, like it had been deliberately left there. A piece of paper, folded, no name, no markings, no texture you recognize. You open it slowly, expecting a flyer, but it's not. There's only one line, written in careful, quiet ink. It's time to remember. Your hands still. You look around the room, half expecting someone to appear, to explain. But it's just you, in the hallway, in the silence. You glance back down at the note, but it's gone, vanished, like mist in the sun. You step outside. The rain has stopped, but the pavement is still wet, shining like ink under the soft gray sky. The street is quiet, too quiet. There's no cars, no footprints, just a steady dripping of water from somewhere unseen and the faint rustle of wind that doesn't touch your skin. Then you see it. At the far end of the street, a light. Soft, golden, flickering slightly, like it's floating. Like a lantern. But there's no pole, no wire, No one holding it. It hovers there. Not far, not close. Just waiting. You step towards it. Just one step. And it moves. Not away, not closer. It simply drifts. Slowly. Almost as if it had always expected you to follow. You pause. Look behind you. Your apartment stands quiet and gray. The window's still open. The cup of tea still warm on the counter. And in front of you, a lantern, glowing in the world that suddenly feels slightly more alive. You take another step, and another, and with each one, the edges of the street begin to blur. Not dissolve, to soften. The buildings seem older now, covered in ivy that wasn't there a moment ago. The sky shifts from a gray to a pale lavender. Somewhere in the distance, a chime rings once, loud and clear. You follow. The lantern leads you down a narrow alley you sure wasn't there before. The walls are high, covered in creeping vines and old bricks that seem to hum faintly under your fingertips. At the end of the alley, a doorway. There's no frame, no knob, just a smooth arch carved into the stone, filled with shimmering air, like heat rising off pavement, but cooler, more gently. The lantern hovers in front of it, pulsing once, then passes through. You pause. There's no sound from the street behind you now, not even birds, only your breath and the slow rhythm of your heart. You step forward. The moment you pass through, everything shifts, not sharply, but like sinking into a warm pool. Your feet lands on soft moss. The air is thicker here, smooth with the scent of smokewood, sweet with the scent of wood smoke, rain, and something like lavender. Above you, the sky is darker. Not night, not day, but that in-between color just before dreaming. Trees rise on either side of a narrow path, their branches draped in hanging lights that sway, though there's no breeze. The lantern is waiting, still glowing, still drifting. You follow. And as you walk, you realize you can't quite remember what day it was when you left. Only that it doesn't seem to matter anymore. The forest opens gradually, not with a crack or a clearing, but a gentle unfolding, like the land is inviting you in. You step through low-hanging branches, past a crumbling stone marker, carved with symbols you almost recognize. And suddenly, you see it. A valley, bathed in deep twilight. There are ruins scattered across the hills. Soft curves of broken towers, covered in flowering vines. Pools of still water that reflect stars not yet in the sky. Lanterns hanging from trees that have never grown in your world. And just beyond the ridge, a faint outline of a village with no roads leading to it. Everything is quiet, but not empty. You can feel it. A presence in the air, like a world just beginning to wake. The lantern slows and settles by your side. You stand there for a long moment, listening, not for sound, but for meaning. And in that silence, something shifts in you. Not all at once, not clearly, just softer now. like a page turning. You don't know where you are, but you know, somehow, this is where the real journey begins. And you're not afraid.